Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thanks for joining us the IME webinar sessions. I'm Ken Fong, Senior Application Engineer from IME Technology. Today our topic is Intuitive File Management System Enterprise PDM. What is PDM stand for? Product Data Management. It's a system to help you to manage your files, drawings, intellectual properties, with security control, revision control, workflow control, and etc. What are the things that we are going to cover today? We are going to learn about what are the 6 common problems in the office that might actually affecting your work effectiveness. Do you aware that? And what are the solutions that we would like to introduce to you in order to resolve all these 6 common problems? And what else the benefit can be gained throughout the deployments of this system? Let us go through the 6 common problems in Office. If you are using any 3D CADs, such as SolidWorks, you actually need to manage the referencings of all the parts, assemblies, and drawings. Sometimes it's also very tedious when the file being renamed and removed, or being copied to other locations. It's very hard to control when we are directly accessing the file through the networks. It's actually slow and might actually cause your file corrupted. Throughout the research, many engineers and designers they also complain that most of the time is for searching file, but end up they need to reboot it. It's also very difficult for the engineers and also the designer to maintaining the versionings of work in progress. Sometimes they not even save the file as another copy in order to make sure as a backups, and they're actually causing a lot of problems to maintaining all the revisions. In a group's workings environments, we have different engineers to work on different projects, but sometimes they need to be corporate and work on other people's files as well. They will inconveniently, they might actually overwrite other people's files, or maybe their own self, they overwrite their own files as well. Therefore, the work will be lost due to these inadvertent activities. Last but not least, throughout the process of design, if the file management system is not correct, it will causing you having the problems in manufacturing as well. So manufacturing the wrong versions of design is a very crucial, or we call it a very serious conditions that might causing the companies to lose a lot of money. Today we are going to focus the first 3 common problems. Let us have a look on the first problems, but before that, let us have a look on the video.
Fights. The system releases signals into Alex's brain, making him think he's in control. But he's not. It's the illusion of free will.
I've selected 13 targets, all wanted for me.
Hope you like the videos, but today we are not promoting movies to use. But what is the message behind that I would like to bring out to you is, in fact, Robocop is not that clever, but it's actually using systems to help you to find the reference. If you remember one part of the video just now, that the Robocop able to identify the subject throughout the database, to find out the people with the profile correctly, and is referencing as well. All the criminal records, videos, related informations will be shown to the Robocop in order to make him to do a correct decisions. So what is actually related to EPDM as well? In order to make a good referencing, we need to make sure all the reference file is always in our database or our server. Just like in our design daily jobs, we will have our own assemblies in order to make sure our part is designed in orders, all the part drawings, and also the sub-components are in orders put into the server as well. While we have all the information of the documents, the physical files, we shall have all the file properties such as the part numbers, descriptions, materials as well, to be related and bring into the documents or the file as well. Not only that, besides the SolidWorks drawings, part and assembly, we will also have other documents types such as PDF, Excel, Microsoft Word, in the forms of reports, specifications, manuals as well, to be related to our design as well. Last but not least, the status is very important in order to make sure the project is in orders. For the problems 1, the reference lost due to the file being renamed or moved. So what is the solution can be provided by EPDM is, it will actually help you to automatic update all the files which are already been moved or renamed to the referencings. So the user will no longer need to manually repair it. The file do not need to be opened in SolidWorks. It can be also maintained or managed at the environment without SolidWorks being installed. Only the assignable users can do the jobs for rename, move or delete with the system. Therefore, I can say with EPDM, you can definitely no worry the file being renamed or moved without for the people that do not have any permission on that. So how about the poor performance over networks, the second problems? So as you can see on the pictures there, is actually a traffic jams. Traffic jams on the roads, in fact, is quite similar to the traffic in the network as well. Do you know or do you aware you have maybe 10 people, 20 over people in the companies is accessing to the same networks? Do you know the traffic or the bandwidth resources could be not enough for you to download, upload, accessing the internet, or putting the file or saving the file into the server? It will make you having the potentials of lagging, slow performance. It's too packed for everyone to access to the network. You may actually causing them not so convenient that make them to duplicate the file, save as their own computer, and then neglect the file in the servers. Last but not least, the file could be corrupted and not being saved. What if you have a solutions that can resolve all these problems like this? You will only use when the file being downloaded, which is fast enough, and it also only happens when you need it. It's real-time monitors the file status. You know who accessing the file, editing the file right now, and at the same time you also will able to manage the versions of the file automatically. The poor performance of opening and saving files over the network can be resolved by enterprise VDM as well. But how the system works is actually the file will be only downloaded when the time you need it. Therefore, the workstations will not going to put or save too many files in the local PC, and you no require to direct access the network for editing purpose. It will be much faster when you having such environment. The user or the designer is only required to check in when the time they're having the new version to be uploaded to the server, and the system will real-time monitor it. Whether there is a new version coming in, it will help you to create a new version as a backup. So you will having a list, and the file will be automatic replicate to other servers if you have the remote. After seeing the both problems, the first problems and the second problem, let's just have a look on the video and talk about the
designers and engineers have to make critical decisions that can introduce significant global costs into the company. Engineers are engaged in designing more and more new parts. Rather than locating and reusing similar or equivalent parts, that already exists inside a company's legacy data assets. The downstream effect of creating new parts is not always recognized by the engineer, but has a significant effect on the company's bottom line. If the enterprise must acquire or produce new parts, create new production procedures, deploy new quality controls, and then stock and store the new parts, all of these actions add substantial time and costs into the system. If we quickly locate and evaluate existing parts for reuse, designers and engineers will save huge costs for their companies. Searching for similar or equivalent parts that may reside somewhere inside a company's legacy assets is a very time-consuming process today. In fact, many legacy designs and similar parts are not even known to designers and are hidden from view inside data sources scattered across the company. Without an ultra-efficient tool to rapidly locate and compare similar parts, design engineers simply choose to recreate the part rather than spend unproductive time searching.
Okay, the video is actually showing how the engineer works every day in the companies. It's actually talking about you use a lot of time for searchings, and even the engineer won't going to search for the data because it's very difficult for them to search it. So what they will do is actually reworks on the parts and design, and you will have duplicate files, and you need to invest a lot of servers and hard disk space for the people to save the files. It's very wasting the times and the money for the file saving as well. What is the solution for the EPDM is you're having the quick browser in order to help you to find a file in organized and consistent folder structures. You have the tools inside the system whereby you can actually just use it right inside the Windows Explorer. You can use different kind of criteria for searching, such as the part numbers, filter out the file extensions, and also the project basis as well. You can create and store the favorite searches, and all the searching inputs can be customized easily. And even you can use the content search for searching the text in the drawings, and even other kind of file formats such as Microsoft Office files and PDF. Here I would like to share with you the 3 common problems that have been resolved with EPDMs, and here with the demonstrations. Let's have a look in the video. This is the Windows Explorer, and it's actually integrated inside the system. The EPDM blue icon is actually the connection point to the server. When you double click it, you will actually having the login pages for you to log in into the systems. You require to have username and password, and it will actually help you to define the user access of these current users. When you log into the system, the interface will just slightly have some changes. You will still able to see the folders, and each of the folders also having different kind of policies of permissions based on the administrations. You can standardize the folder structure, and the user won't able to be easily amend or add the new folder in the system. Let's go into the engineering folder and have a look. As you can see, all the folder have been standardized using the year basis, and even all the subfolders in the engineering folder can be standardized. We go inside and have a look some design data of SolidWorks files. All the files have been stored under this folder. When we click on the assembly files, you will able to see the data cards, and you will having a very great previews have been integrated inside. When you click on it, you will actually using the e-drawings viewer without accessing the SolidWorks programs. You can easily show the files, rotate, pan, zoom in and zoom out, and you can even select the parts as well for markups and also measuring purpose. When you go to the data cards, this is what we mentioned on the file properties information storage. You can key in all the information regarding the files, such as the assembly numbers, customers, created by who, and the date. The versioning tab is help you to show the information about the versions. how many versions that you have, what kind of status right now of the files, and what is the current workflows. When we click on other file, you can see it showing you is actually version 11/12. That means you are showing the latest, not the latest versions. You will also having the version that do not have any version in your current PCs. The system also able to check the values as well. When you click on the parts, you will know that the file is actually being used under which projects or which assemblies. You can easily to define the referencings, and you can also manage the bill of material under the enterprise PDM system as well. Now let us rename a files. In order to check on the performance of renamings, so let us change the files to 003, and we also moving the file to a new folders. Let's say we put under the standard parts. Just drag and drop the file into the new folder, and let's say we check on the assemblies. The assembly actually, the contents of the assembly will be automatically updated. In order to verify this, let's just double click to open the assembly and have a look. The file is being opened in SolidWorks, and while you have the EPDM solution being installed, you will have the add-in solution have been integrated on the right hand side. Not only that, let's say we want to replace a component in the system, we can browse through the Enterprise PDM Window Explorers. To search the file of thousands components inside the system is very tedious, so we can use a searching tools just right inside the Window Explorer, key in some keywords, for example the numbers that we have, and just click searching. With a few seconds, you are able to get the results. You can also sort the files by using different criteria, and let's say we want to choose these components. You will also having the data card showings on the bottoms, the preview as well, and where the file being used at what projects and assemblies. So let's say replace these files and hit the OK buttons. The file is being replaced and the assembly is updated. So when the time you update the file, you were able to see the file have the green color sign. So let's go for the summary for today's. What are the things that we cover? First, we define the problems of reference loss when the time we rename and move it. So we were having the solution by EPDM can help you to automatically update the files. Not only that, if you're having the problems on poor performance over the networks, the system having the local cache that automatic download to the system when you need it only through the LAN network. And the third thing that we learned today is the time for searching, whereby the system having a very robust searching tool can help you to key in just a few keywords and find back the file easily. What are the benefits of Enterprise PDM we have shown you today are: first, maintaining the perfect file reference for better decision makings. As a designer or engineers, to have an overview looks of the companies at the top lines, stand up a bit using the workbench systems, able to help you to see what kind of previous projects files or maybe useful intellectual property can be reused, that help you to shorten up the time for develop new products and help the people to reuse back the useful informations. We also learn how the system can help you to get a better fast performance with local files rather than a direct access network. You also can find back the file using the time savers products, which is the robust searching tools. If you have more questions to ask, feel free to ask us during the Q&A sessions. And if you want to learn more about EPDM, please stay tuned to our next webinar sessions. You can also follow us on our Facebook page, Blogspot, to get the latest information regarding SolidWorks product and IME informations. Here I would like to end my presentations. If you want to contact me personally to ask or give you have any inquiry, feel free to email me at skfong@catcam.com.my, and my Skype ID also have been presented on screen as well. You can also go through our website or call to us 300-882-797. I wish you have a nice day for today and enjoy the webinar sessions. If you have any questions, we are now at the Q&A sessions, and thank you very much.